Today we're going to hear 5 kilotones from the 88 MP-1. The MP-1 was a single rack space preamp that was powered by two 12AX7 tubes. It was totally MIDI programmable. It also had chorus and 3 preamp modes. A solid state clean, very much like a JC120, a tube clean, which was kind of Fendery, and then the mode that everybody bought this unit for, the tube distortion, which was like the ultimate modded Marshall sound for 80s hair metal. And this was used on loads of records from that era. I think Michael Wagner in particular was very fond of the MP-1. So let's hear that classic 80s hair metal sound. What we're going to hear here is the MP-1 running into the power amp return of my Marshall DSL-50 into a 4x12 cab with a Celesium Vintage 30 mic'd with an SM57, very much the classic 80s thing. And in this case I've got the bass at 6, the mids at -4, the treble at 4, and the secret weapon, the presence control, is at 8. Bass, treble, and presence go to 16 and -16, and I think the mids go to -12. Something like that anyway, but they're my settings because I know everybody's going to ask for those particular settings. And in the first clip you're going to hear the Overdrive 1 control at about 7 with Overdrive 2 at 3. So Overdrive 1 was essentially like the solid state part of the distortion circuit. Overdrive 2 was the tube part of the distortion circuit. Then for the second part of the clip, which is my favorite, it's Overdrive 1 at 3 and the tube distortion at 7. This one just feels a bit stickier and gooier, and it's a little bit more in line with that classic 80s brown sound. But enough talking, let's hear this classic tone. So if you take the same settings, increase the drive control, and then set the depth parameter on the chorus to 100% with the rate on 0, you get this amazing stereo widener kind of sound, which just sounds perfect for 80s lead guitar playing. If you essentially take the same gain settings but you pull the mid-range control right out and you boost a little bit more treble and presence, you get a cool take on, I guess, almost like a cross between a modded Marshall, a rectifier, and a Mesa Mark series sound. But it's something all its own, and it's great with drop tune guitars for a real kind of chunky sound. course, you can't do a video on 5 kilatones about the MP-1 without talking about that solid state clean. We're going to hear the clean sound on its own with overdrive 1 pushed, which is a compression control, so it's super squishy. And then I'm going to turn on the stereo chorus with the rate at 1.5 and the depth at 100. In stereo, this is just the 80s all over. And to round things out, we're going to hear the tube clean, but with the overdrive controls maxed out. I'm not sure if this is a killer tone, but it sounds like a lot of 80s fusion tones in there. So we're just going to hear this with my PRS Custom 24. I'll swap between the bridge pickup and the neck pickup. And I can't play fusion to save my life, so here's some really bad Lydian dominant licks anyway. There you go. I hope you enjoyed all of those tones. Please weigh in the comment section and let me know what you thought about them and which particular tone was your favorite. MP1s go on eBay and Reverb for anywhere between like 200 and 500 American dollars. If you can get one towards the lower end of the spectrum and slap some new tubes in it, do a recap job and basically give it a little bit of TLC, it's an amazing tone shaping tool. And if you're in any way into 80s rock and metal, you really need to own one of these units in my opinion. So thanks so much for watching the video. I will see you guys next time.